Good morning. We are here at Grangegorman Military Cemetery for the annual ANZAC Day dawn service. ANZAC Day commemorates all those who lost their lives in war from Australia and New Zealand. Here in this cemetery alone, there are 10 ANZAC casualties from the Great War.
A tribute to ANZAC Day. With their hair a little whiter, their step not quite so sure, still they march on proudly as they did the year before. Theirs were the hands that saved us, their courage showed the way, their lives they laid down for us that we may live today. From Gallipoli's rugged hillside to the sands of Alamein, on rolling seas and in the skies those memories will remain, of airmen and the sailors of Lone Pine and Suva Bay. The boys of the Dardanelles are remembered on this day. They fought their way through jungles, their blood-soaked desert sands. They still remember comrades who rest in foreign lands. They remember the siege of Old Tobruk, the mud of Kokoda Trail, some paying the supreme sacrifice with courage that did not fail. To the icy land of Korea, the steamy jungles of Vietnam, and in the heroic battles of Kap Yong and that epic victory at Long Tan. Fathers, sons and brothers, together they fought and died, that we may live in peace together, while at home their mothers cried. When the final bugle calls them across that great divide, those comrades will be waiting when they reach the other side.
My name's Stephen Goff, Vice Chairman of 36th Ulster Division Memorial Association down from Belfast. Drove down this morning to mark ANZAC Day. The reason it's important to me is that in 2010 I went over to Gallipoli and visited the many graveyards in Gallipoli, and it was with great sadness. Brought home the sacrifice that was made by the Allies, as well as, of course, by the Turkish army and their allies. Very touching, and it's lovely to be here. Thank you.
Good morning, my name's Commander John Relier from Royal Australian Navy, and the reason why ANZAC is important to us is because it's when Australia and New Zealand Army Corps fought together at Gallipoli and came of age. We suffered massive casualties there, but that is when we, as a nation, forged blood, sweat and tears for the first time. We were fighting together for the first time after Federation. New Zealand suffered 2,700 casualties. The Irish suffered 4,000 casualties at Gallipoli, and the Australians over 8,000. So we were fighting together as allies and partners, and that's the Irish connection, I guess. And a lot of people in Australia had Irish connections, as many people had travelled to Australia during the famine. The ceremony here in the cemetery was very moving, and it was a great reflection on the courage and sacrifice of the men and women that gave their lives for us.
Good morning, I'm Wing Commander Mark Waters from the Royal New Zealand Air Force from New Zealand. The ANZAC Day is really important to us, New Zealanders and Australians, as it effectively was the first battle that we fought, major battle that we fought together, and it was one that formed our national identity and our ANZAC spirit. It gave us that individualism that we now appreciate today for years since, and it's something we take pride in and something that we take with us whenever we are overseas and fighting, working for peacekeeping, and it is something that's part of our makeup now, and it was formed during that battle in Gallipoli.